Professor Knox, you've talked a little bit about what the federal government should be doing to have better standards in place and to exercise better oversight. Do you believe H.R. 7025 aligns with the right standards?
Yes, I very much do. I think that the idea of building on the Leahy Amendment by both putting in place or requiring that Fish and Wildlife Service put in place protections proactively and providing for sensible procedures to investigate and report on allegations afterward, I think that's exactly the right approach to take. I think one of the things that really came clear in the hearing in October was the link between denying indigenous rights kind of at the root of the problem, that is denying their ability to even have access to their ancestral territory, the link between that and the kinds of terrible specific violations that became the subject of so much of the reporting, the murder, the rape, the tortures, that those things are inextricably linked. If you deny people access to their homes and they try and get back into their homes, and you have, again, poorly trained and paid, eco guards trying to enforce rules that say you can't come back in at all, you're going to have conflicts, and that's going to be a fertile ground then for abuses. So I think this bill, I'm a law professor, and as you said, a former special rapporteur. I'm used to criticizing governments all the time, so it's a little bit uncomfortable for me to be telling you this bill is great, and I really don't have much more to say about it, but I do think it's great. I'm very happy with it. I hope it's enacted. You'll accept that.
Once in a while, we appreciate
I'm sure it
that.
could be improved in some ways, anything can, but I think if this were enacted tomorrow, that would be, as I've said before, this would immediately become a model that other countries and the international organizations that provide funding for conservation would look to.
And as I understand it, Leahy vetting simply applies to prohibiting support for security units that commit human rights abuses. This bill actually goes further than that and has broader standards and tools. Take it you believe that too is appropriate?
Yes, of course, absolutely. I mean, Leahy is critical, but I think what we've seen with Leahy is that it leaves so much to be filled in. The whole concept of Leahy vetting is something that the State Department and DOD have tried to kind of build up over time, because the Leahy amendments themselves don't really say exactly how the vetting is supposed to work. And so I think what this bill does in a way that's specifically appropriate to international conservation is provide a kind of framework around that central Leahy prohibition that, again, is designed to get at the underlying problems, but also not just give Fish and Wildlife Service tools, but tell them how to use the tools, how the tools make sense to be used.
Thank you very much.